Hi, my name is David Nachumson. I'm the Access Services Librarian at the James E. Tobin Library. Access Services is what we do to make your library experience as satisfying as possible. I'm also responsible for e-journals and streaming media, and I'm the subject specialist for biology, chemistry and environmental science, music and music therapy, sociology, and the CAP 21 Theater Arts program. Welcome to Molloy College. But today what I'm going to talk to you about is how to search the internet for websites with content that you can use in your coursework. How many websites are there? The World Wide Web, so called because of the web-like pattern formed by its hypertext links, was launched in 1991. A year later, there were only 10 websites in it. In 1994, when Yahoo was created as a guide to the web, there were still only 3,000 sites. In 1998, though, when Google made its debut, the number of sites had mushroomed to 2.4 million. By 2009, there were 238 million. And as of October 2019, according to Internet Live stats and depicted in this graph created by Statista-Charts, the figure was at 1.72 billion and rising, although it was actually lower than the all-time high of 1.76 billion it hit 2 years earlier. That's a lot of websites. How does anyone ever find what they're looking for? As in real life, the best way is to know the address of where you want to go. Every website has a uniform resource locator, a URL, which tells you where to find it, and also gives you some useful information if you know how to read it. There are three main parts of a URL. The first part is the protocol, which is almost always http:// or https://. The S means it's a secure site, which you want it to be if you are entering any personal information there. These prefixes are such a ubiquitous part of any website's URL, you don't even need to type them in. Your browser will automatically add them for you. The second part is the domain name, which is the site's unique identifier. Homepage URLs will probably only have these two parts, but the URLs of other pages have a third part called the path, showing where it is located on the server. The domain name and path may also be divided into two or more distinct sections. The domain name sometimes begins with the subdomain www, as in World Wide Web. This is another component that appears in so many URLs that your browser knows to enter it for you. And all domain names end in a top-level domain, or extension, consisting of a dot and a short code intended to identify the site's purpose. The last section of the path is the name of the page, and is preceded by any folders that it is stored in on the server. Depending on how complicated the site is, there may even be a series of nested folders separated by slashes. An endless array of top-level domains have been introduced in recent years, ranging in length from 2 to 4 letters, but the following 3-letter extensions are still the most common. .com for commercial sites such as Amazon.com, .org for nonprofit organizations such as redcross.org, .net for network providers such as Optimum.net, .gov for US government agencies such as IRS.gov, .mil for divisions of the US military such as Navy.mil, and .edu for educational institutions such as Molloy.edu. .gov, .mil, and .edu are all strictly limited to the agencies and institutions for which they are intended. .com, .org, and .net, on the other hand, can be used by whatever entities or individuals are paying the registration fees required to obtain a domain, and so may or may not identify the purpose of the site in question accurately. You will also sometimes see a 2-letter extension, like .uk, which represents the country of origin of the site, in this case, the United Kingdom. Every country has such an extension, including the United States, but .us is rarely used. So, If you don't know the address of a site, or you don't even know what site you're looking for, you're probably going to Google it, right? Google is the most popular search engine in the world. Everyone who has touched a computer sometime over the past 20 years knows how Google works. You type in some words in the form of a sentence or a question, or maybe just a string of random words. And thanks to the magic of algorithms, it comes up with a website that meets your needs. Or maybe a million websites that meet your needs. Or maybe a million websites that don't meet your needs at all. We're used to search engines giving us fast, relevant results, but sometimes you have to be patient and willing to try different search strategies, especially when you're doing academic research and need good sources. One useful strategy for improving your results when you're having trouble is advanced search. Advanced search is the best kept secret on Google. It's hard to find, but worth the effort. You can type in its URL, google.com/advanced_search, but the easiest way to find it is to Google it. Once you get there, you will find a variety of search options that you can mix and match. The first option is find pages with all these words. In this example, your results will include pages with all of these words: music, and therapy, and autism, and spectrum, but not necessarily in that order, and not necessarily in relation to each other. If you want to search for a specific phrase, such as autism spectrum disorder, you can enter it in the second option, find pages with this exact word or phrase. In this example, your results will contain the words music and therapy and the phrase autism spectrum disorder. If you want to cast a wider net, you can use the third option, find pages with any of these words. This example will give you results that contain the words music and therapy in addition to one or more of the following words: autism, or spectrum, or Asperger, or ASD. If you're looking for sites on a certain topic, but there's a subset of that topic that you're not interested in, you can exclude it by using the fourth option, find pages with none of these words. So if you want results with the words music and therapy in them, but that don't mention autism or spectrum or Asperger or ASD, you can search like this. And you can focus your search on sites with a specific top-level domain, such as .edu, or even on just one particular site, Molloy.edu, for instance. Congratulations. You are now ready to explore the web like a college student. Good luck and have a wonderful freshman year.